Hello everyone, I'm Wendell Jones and welcome to this edition of the program, The Platform. On this program we examine national issues. There are a whole lot of things for young men in the Bahamas to do. And at this particular juncture in our development, there is a need for young people to be very active in entrepreneurial pursuits. And so on our program today, we are going to be speaking with two young men who have started a particular business, and their fathers are here as well. And it is our pleasure to have as our guests on the program today Peter Roker, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Bargain City, and he is here with his son Neil Roker, who is a talk show co-host, or host I should say, and he is founder of Young Entrepreneurs and Future Perspectives. And then we have Mr. Eric Fox, the Executive Director of Teen Challenge and President of Temperament Enterprise. He is here with his son, Goshon Fox, and it's a pleasure to have them all here today.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome to you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Good to be here after such a long absence.
Long absence.
Long absence.
That's true, yes.
We keep it between you and myself, though, okay?
Yes, you've not been here for a long time.
I've never been invited, man.
Well, you know.
We're over the hill, you know, after all.
You don't have to be invited here.
I call you?
Yes.
I can call you then.
Just call me.
I can call you
show
secretary, I
up.
can call you.
Absolutely.
Thanks, man.
He is my friend, a great man from
We are good buddies, I must say that.
Carmichael Road. And
Acklands in Long Island. I'm from Acklands too, don't forget.
I know you
Okay,
have some
so
Pompey Bay blood in you, right?
Exactly, boy. I got Acklands and Long Island and New Providence.
Oh, Lord.
I ain't sure, but I like the New Providence part, though.
Acklands, Long Island, New Providence.
Exactly. And I think some Exuma too. But
Some Exuma too?
I think so too. I think so too.
I think the better part of you is the Acklands part. Anyway, we wouldn't discuss that.
Yeah.
Young men, good to have you here today. Temperament Enterprise, that's your father's business. But tell us, before I speak to your fathers, exactly what you both wish to do or what you are doing.
Want to go first or you want me to go first?
No, you go first.
Okay, sir. Sir, you know, at a young age, you know, I was very privileged, and you know, because my father, he owns, you know, a few companies on Carmichael Road, and he was always able to provide for me. And at a young age, I'll always remember seeing, you know, young kids who, you know, who had parents who weren't really able to provide the necessary means, you know, to make ends meet. So I just remember saying, you know, when I got old enough, I would, you know, give back to the community and to those kids, you know, help them, you know, in any way that I can. And one day, you know, I was on another radio show and I met Mr. Fox and I met Goshon, and I felt for me it was the perfect opportunity to really join forces, you know, and help get my dream started, you know, help Mr. Fox as well, really to start to pursue this. So the company we started was Young Entrepreneurs and Future Perspectives, and what we're going to do is basically, you know, help, I guess, you know, younger adults who, you know, want to, you know, get involved in business and basically, you know, help the kids, because right now I feel in this nation actually, you know, crime is at an all-time high, and you know, a lot of young adults, it's not really their fault, so it's kind of, you know, attracting younger adults, you know, to help realize the potential they have.
You have entrepreneurship in your blood, don't
Yes, sir.
you?
Yes, sir, I do.
He's from Acklands too, so I know all my Acklands.
I see. You inherited that from your father.
I inherited from my father. You know, my
And
father.
mother too.
He is my mother
Acklands,
too.
yeah.
My mother and father. You know, they're both great business people. So, you know, the trends that they have, you know, are falling onto me, and you know, helping myself to become a better young entrepreneur. And I'm still in training from my dad, of course.
Absolutely, very
Yes,
good.
sir.
Well, let's hear from young Master Fox. So you've joined with your colleague here.
Yes, sir, I have.
To do a good work, eh?
Yes, sir.
Tell us, why did you get involved?
Well, from a young age, my father was able to provide for me, and he always had this soft place in his heart to help people. I felt that I wanted to help people as well. So we started Young Entrepreneurs and Future Perspectives, is really to highlight young people who doing good things in the country, mostly young men, because that's where the real problem is. We feel that if you get recognition for something bad, you would want to continue to do that bad thing, but the minute you get recognition for something good, you want to continue to do that good thing.
How old are you?
I'm 17 years old.
You're 17 and
I'm 25.
you're 25.
Yes, sir.
And tell us what you have done so far.
Well, what we've done so far is we've had a cookout to raise the money for the equipment. We're planning on pursuing a television show and highlighting the extraordinary things, youths are doing in the nation. So we are, still in the forming process of this, but we'll be kicked off soon, and basically, we'll be highlighting not just in New Providence, all over the Bahamas, positive things youths are doing, and getting the media to focus on that primarily, primarily that, because a lot of crime is going on, and they have to report that, not knocking that, but basically, to shift the media to focus on the positive things the youths are doing in this nation as well.
Tell us about some of these extraordinary things you see going on, both of you.
Some of the extraordinary things, I see young entrepreneurs who have businesses. I was really impressed with Goshon when I met him. Goshon has a few younger adults under him. So stuff, for example, basically what Goshon is doing at a young age, you don't have to be at any age to pursue what you want to do in life. So when I met Goshon, I was really impressed with him. So that's one of the reasons that really made me say, hey, there's not only crime going on from younger adults. Let's shift the media and focus on positive stuff, for example, like Goshon.
Put the accent on the positive, eh?
Yes, sir.
Good. So what is Goshon doing? Tell us what you're doing, young folks.
Well, I'm the CEO of Temperament Enterprise. That's a group of businesses. My father is the president of Temperament Development. Temperament Enterprise is a group of businesses my father and I developed. One of the businesses, we import electronics, cars, car parts, basically everything. He helped his aspect of the business. He helped everyone who goes to the court system. You get yourself with minor charges. He can help you. There's a number of things we do. I have my brother who's in the business with us also. He specializes in fixing Sea-Doo jet skis. We customize cars. There's a number of things we do.
Okay, very good. Peter Roker.
Hey, what's up?
And Eric Fox, you must be proud of your sons, eh?
Definitely. Well, first of all, I think Neil was a little bit, a little bit remiss in not saying some of the things that he's been involved with. He is in Little Giant Discount Lumber and Building Supplies, and helps us spearhead that business, doing a very good job. And one of the things that he's actually come to grips with is discipline. In terms of getting to work in the morning at 6 o'clock, 6:45 in the morning. The shop opens at 6:30. And also, too, he's going to be spearheading an electronic, not really an electronic store, more of a computer store, fun electronics, also business items for small businesses. And he didn't say that because he's a little bit.
He's modest.
That's the word I wanted to use.
They don't want to.
Very modest.
They don't want to jump the gun,
No.
Pull the cat out of the bag. So
No. As a matter of fact, you asked me a minute ago why I bought these glasses because I was telling you, right? When you walk in the rain, you stumbling all about. I mean, really, you got to stop. You can't even get where you go. But when I walk in the rain, I don't have the problem. I can walk in the rain all day, man. So
yes,
that's the sort of things that Neil and I are going to be doing.
You have wipers on your glasses.
Exactly. Rain don't hold us up at all. So we want to be fun. Listen, let me say this to you. For the time that I've been in business, I have a smile. At the beginning, I used to be angry.
Why?
Well, all of the problems that an entrepreneur is faced with. My entire life, I started in business when I was about 17 years old. I had my first business.
You were the age of Goshon.
Exactly. I started in the raffia business. I got seashells from Ragged Island, drilled holes one by one. Long story. But the ability to establish a business was a challenge I really enjoyed. You know what I didn't enjoy? Being told by whoever was the government then, maybe in the UEP at that time, you can't do this and you can't do that. And for my entire lifetime, that has existed. and perhaps got even worse. And as an entrepreneur, it's been around for a while now, you know, it's such a boring process where Bahamians who are so talented are kept up in a container with a screwed lid on. And I will put it to anyone who wants to debate the matter or talk about the matter, that is what you now see exploding in our society. That is what you see. That is what you're witnessing now, is not the explosion, but the implosion of all of these emotions, like these young men right here, that perhaps didn't have the guidance or the father or the mother to push them along, and you're witnessing in our society that explosion.
Eric Fox, you are obviously a positive force in your son's life. You've been very impactful because he talks about the work that you are doing, and you've obviously inspired him, eh?
I inspired him, but I never, in my wildest dream, felt that you know, I have 3 sons that one of them would have gotten the vision. I didn't want them to do what I do. Not that I don't think they got it in them, but it's an ungrateful thing, and it wears you down when you trying to help people. But he saw what I do, and he said, "Daddy, you know something? If we can get some young men," he has about 7. How much young men you got working for him? About 7. He has 7 young men working for him. He said, "Daddy, if I can get these young men to do positive stuff and not get into crime, I can make your job easier. I can put you out of a job. He can put me out of. I can put you out of a job. I can retire you, you know, from what you do, trying to help, because it's so hard to change the mindset of a person when all they know, they're bombarded, like Mr. Roker said, they're bombarded with they can't do this and they can't do that, and they see the limitations around them, and people feeding them that every day. Look at their families, you know, one is moving ahead, and then they limit themselves, and then they don't believe. They don't believe because no one is telling them. I told Goshon, I said, Goshon, but if you want to be the prime minister of this country, to be the prime minister of this country, you could be anything you want to be. You know? And I preach this to them every day.
Goshon and Neil.
Yes, sir.
How much of this is the exuberance of youth? You know, when we were young, your father and I.
Better speak for yourself, man.
Right? We thought that we can do everything. When your father Eric Fox was younger, he probably thought he can do everything. How much of this is this pent-up exuberance of youth that you are seeking to get out, to make things happen?
Answer that. Can we answer
Just
that?
talk.
Okay.
Don't worry about who can talk first or
Okay.
second.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. No problem. Basically, you know, I want to attract, you know, a lot of young men and, you know, and young ladies, you know, basically to help them, you know, realize the potential. So, you know, if it's, you know, thousands or millions, you know, in the Bahamas, that's what I would really be looking at, you know, to gravitate towards me and Goshon, you know, to help them basically, you know, before they get in trouble. Let's help them, you know, before something happens, and help them realize the potential within them. Because sometimes I believe, you know, everyone on this earth is meant to be something in life. You know,
But
sometimes
you have some pent-up frustrations in you, or some ideas in you that you want to get out, right? That is what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes? You have a whole lot of ideas just built up in you that you really want to express. Let's talk about it.
Well, it's a number of things I want to do. By the time as I finish all of these things, I'll be about 40 or 50. By the time as I'm 40 or 50 is other things I want to do.
Yeah.
First, I want to change the country from the youth. The
Okay.
youth is the future. We want to do a number of things. I want to build a central location for my business, Temperament Towers. I wanna have the first skyscraper in the Bahamas.
Temperament Towers.
Yes.
That is if they allow you to do it.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Temperament Towers. I wanna have a lot of things running from there. Overseas shares. I wanna start my own bank, my own currency.
Yes.
So the sky's the limit of what things I wanna do.
You think there's any force holding you back?
No, not really. Just patience and consistency is the only thing.
Is there a force holding you back from doing the kind of things that you would wish to do, Neil?
No, sir. No, there's not.
You can do everything that you want to do, you think?
I believe so, yeah.
With your daddy's money, right?
What money? Of course. What money, man?
Well, sir, I don't think, my dad, not with all my dad's money, but I have a lot of faith in God, and I believe that, he can provide for me as well, as my dad can, and I put a strong believance in that.
Let's talk about the young men who you referenced earlier on. There are a whole lot of young men in particular who want to do some things or who are not doing things. What are you both doing to reach them, to inspire them to do the kinds of things that you are doing, or to join you in the enterprises that you have?
Well, one of the things, me and Goshon, like I said, in the beginning of the show, we're in the preparation stage of planning the show out and getting out there. So we've been to other media outlets, and the response to this and what we're trying to do has been phenomenal since me and Goshon started visiting other media networks, and basically starting the TV show. We're gonna go to these young men and young ladies and bring them in, make them realize the potential that they have, and show them that, hey, besides of getting frustrated and being angry or sad or depressed, here's another way of realizing what you have in you, because it's already there. It's just a matter of you pulling it out and realizing things in life that you can do. Basically being a positive, how should I say, a positive figure to these kids, and hey, this is what you can do, realize it, let's go ahead and get it. So basically having them gravitate towards us, do positive things and showing them, hey, this is what you can do, and let's go ahead and do it.
So you find that a whole lot of your peers out there, they need someone to lead them, eh?
Of course, sir. I believe so. And me reading the newspaper every day, you can see it. You have kids from 17 years old committing crimes. Why? Maybe because they don't have a parent to talk to, they don't have a big brother or big sister. So things like that can be prevented. Through different ways. Of handling things. So basically, that doesn't have to happen. But through their circumstances, they may think this is the only way for me to survive. So I'm going to kill, I'm going to rob, I'm going to do whatever it takes for me to survive. But that necessarily doesn't have to be the way.
Tell me, Goshon, you think that you are as you are, you have the mindset that you have because you had a strong father?
Yes, of course. I believe that if every child in Nassau has a good father, then we wouldn't have no problems in this country.
You really believe that?
I really believe that.
What about you, Neil?
I believe that, sir, because I believe that everything starts at home. So what you show to your kids, they're gonna go out there, and relate to the world. So I think everything starts at the home. My dad, growing up with him, he was a no-nonsense person, so he disciplined me from the root. So I knew what was right from wrong, in today's society, know what not to do, because now I'm an adult. So what I do right now is on me. My dad really can't protect me in that sense, but he showed me from a young age, this is what you do, and this is what's right, and this is what's wrong. My dad, I'll never forget, he always used to tell me, if you do this, you're behind, going straight to prison. There's nothing I can do. So that kind of echoed in my mind. I never really forgot about that, and it really stuck to me. My dad, I guess he was really stern with me at a young age, but he was compassionate as well. So. But I always, like I said, I always knew what was right and what was wrong from a really young age.
Peter Roker was stern, but yet compassionate.
Stern and yet compassionate, more on the stern side sometimes,
More stern than compassionate.
More stern, but
okay.
It was, I believe, at the end of the day, it benefited me more because, now I know I'm a young man. I'm on my own, really, you know, and I know what's right and what's wrong. What's wrong.
Let's take a break here on the program, and when we come back, we'll engage Peter Roker and Eric Fox, who their sons are embarking on a very exciting enterprise. We take this break, we'll come right back.